product launch is how you tell the world about your product. It's your splash in the marketplace. Just like your content plan, it should be specific to your targeted segment, and it should be a rolling launch. What makes your product launch unique? Think about that. Between digital, social, PR, content, events, direct mail, you have many channels to support your launch. One website referenced over 120 marketing channels. Every year, more and more channels are added to that list as well. And just because you have many channels, it doesn't mean you need to use all of them. Think again about the 80-20 rule. What 20% of your marketing activities are providing you with 80% of the success? Focus more on that 20%. Think about your specific target audience, what's worked in the past, test and test again. Which channels will be the best to tell your story and to tell it uniquely? How will each channel feed off each other to make the biggest impact? Objectives for product launch. You have two. Number one, tell your target about your new product. And number two, get your target to purchase from you. When Square first launched their innovative card reader, they looked into launching locally in San Francisco. It made sense because of the tech nature of the area. People understood the product, but they soon realized the need to launch their product on a larger scale. And so they decided to focus on verticals. This is where they were able to scale beyond San Francisco and see major growth in their product. Here's how it worked. By targeting various verticals that made sense for their product, Square was able to quickly identify where the most amount of growth occurred, and they then focused on that area. This is what you should do too. It's classic crossing the chasm marketing. Think of verticals more in terms of people and less in terms of a vertical. Here are questions you should consider as you decide on a specific couple of verticals to focus on for your product launch. Number one, will they understand your product easily? Do they read similar magazines? Do they read similar blogs? Do they attend similar trade shows? You're catching a theme. Do they have similar questions? Of the questions above, which industry does all of these things the best? For Square, the golden vertical was beauty shops. Think about your specific product and which verticals it could appeal to. Not only will this strategy cost you less, it will lead to faster growth. If the desired industry reads, goes to, listens to, etc., the same things, then how much more effective will a case study or set of case studies help you sell in your selected industries? Especially if the customers that provided the case studies are some of the most well-known and respected in the given industry you're targeting. This step is critical to the successful launch of your product. Make sure to set SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. These goals need to reflect your main priorities. We already established the objective of your launch, and that's to tell and sell your product to your target, but we need to specify further than that. For each of your various activities, you should have a goal associated with them. Think about the following for goals for your product launch. Number one, how much traffic are you getting to your website? What is the desired conversion rate of traffic to your site? How many total new conversions are coming in through your web page? How many new quote requests are coming in through your web page? How many qualified leads is your team demoing to? Don't create too large of a list, just make sure to focus and have a list. Obviously, the North Star metric is going to be revenue that's signed, but that's sales number. You need to have your own numbers. You also need to make sure to report these numbers to the correct people on your team. This helps to build momentum. It also pushes other teams to set goals of their own and to make the product launch even more successful. Visualize your product launch. Most organizations by now have some sort of task management app that they use. Some of them even come with Gantt charts, which is awesome for project management. I highly recommend using some type of task management app like Trello or Basecamp, Teamwork, or Asana. My favorite is Asana. This will help individuals make progress towards their planned activities. But for full collaboration effect, I highly recommend taking up space on a wall in your office to map out your launch with sticky notes. I know that sounds like such a waste of time because you already have all that information in your app, and heaven forbid you have to actually write down those things 2 times. But I promise this will help you reach your goals. Not only does it help you with your team's planning efforts and meetings, but it also helps other departments see exactly what you're working on and when. Here's how it works. Lay out some butcher paper on a wall, or just use a wall that has a whiteboard on it, and create swim lanes that are assigned to specific disciplines on the marketing team. You then follow that by the dates that are segmented by month. This gives each member on your team a deeper view into the big picture. It helps to align content, advertisements, press releases, events, articles, you get it. More and better ideas will come from this simple activity, trust me. Make sure to check out the product launch template that's included in this section as well, and you can see kind of what I'm talking about as we go through this. Launch activities are simply that. In this phase, you launch your rolling plan and release your campaigns and content to the world. Make sure you set goals and regularly measure how your plans are doing. Regular communication with product management, sales, and support is critical here. This is where you also begin your A/B testing program. Post-launch activities. In this phase, you're going to do a lot of reviewing of your activities. You review your ad campaigns. You should review all of your drip programs. Review all of your landing pages and make adjustments where necessary. You review your web pages and make adjustments where necessary. Review your A/B testing program. Review your program to gather more testimonials. Review your program to gather more case studies. You should also retrain sales staff and gather their feedback about the campaigns that you're doing. And then you continually do competitive analysis. Here's a note on planning your launch. This is a huge list of things to do to prepare for a launch. This list could take you months to complete. The best way to make a launch successful is through planning. This is how you make anything successful in life. Behind every successful, you name it, product launch, business, marriage, career, weight loss program, etc., is a solid plan that's followed. Remember and do this. The plan doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to exist and be followed. I heard this cheesy quote that stuck with me over the years. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I know, cheese fest, but it's true. Create a plan, stick to it, and don't settle. This will bring you success as a product marketer and as a human being on this lovely earth. Just remember, you got this.